Relief from the online world and political wars and messy mind games, a guided hypnotic journey. I am author Jedaix. Here is part 1 of the 4-part guided meditation series titled Unplugged, A Journey Out of the Noise. Part 1. The Cabin in the Woods and the Man with the Mirror. This guided meditation weaves advanced storytelling, hypnosis, somatic anchoring, and light humor to liberate your mind from digital overwhelm and subtle mental warfare. Spoken intro. Take a deep breath. Not a dramatic one, not a perfect one, just a breath that remembers. Pause for a sec. You're here, not to fix the world, but to remember the place inside you where the world no longer needs fixing, where debates dissolve, where algorithms can't find you, where your nervous system says, finally. Pause 3 sec. Now close your eyes. Main narrative. Imagine you are walking through an ancient pine forest. There is no signal here, no bars, just bark. With every step, the sounds of headlines fade, clickbait crumbles. Opinions vanish like fog on warm stones. Your legs feel looser because the ground here doesn't argue with you. In the distance, there's a wooden cabin. No cameras, no mic. Just a hand-painted sign. Come in. Leave your name at the door. Inside sits a bearded man stirring tea made of stories. He smiles, not like a guru, not like an influencer, but like a mirror that doesn't judge the dust on your face. He gestures toward a chair. As you sit, you notice. This seat remembers every soul who sat seeking relief. He tells you something strange. Most people don't know this, but minds are like radio towers. They think they're thinking when really they're tuning, and what you're tuned into, you think is you. He chuckles, not mockingly, more like a dad who once tried to program a VCR and failed gloriously. Hypnotic deepening plus somatic anchor. Now, place your hand gently on your belly. Feel the breath move like a wave, and as you breathe, imagine a dial in your chest. You've been tuned to World Noise FM, but now you slowly turn it down, 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 until there's only the hum of your own being. A signal so pure, even your thoughts ask for permission to speak. Pause. 5 sec. This is your new anchor. Anytime the chaos comes back, you can return to this cabin. Place your hand. Turn the dial. The man smiles again. When you meet your shadow online, it's wearing other people's faces, but in here, it just wants a warm cup of silence. You don't need to win a debate today. You don't need to post your healing. You just need to remember the stillness that existed before electricity ever did. Healing humor. Close, he pours you a second cup of tea. It's labeled, "Not everything needs a reaction." And you both laugh, a real laugh, the kind that clears more than your throat. Outro suggestion. As you open your eyes, leave the cabin behind, but take the key. It's under your breath. Every time you exhale, you unlock the door again. Pause 3 sec. Here is part 2 of the guided meditation series, Relief from the Online World and Political Wars and Messy Mind Games. Part 2, The Marketplace of Minds and the Talking Fox. Warning. This session uses advanced metaphors, somatic reset, Jedaix and Jungian archetypes, quantum soul code suggestions, and healing humor technology woven with deep layer story hypnosis to shift your life forever from anxiety. My spoken intro. Let your breath do what it was born to do. No likes, no comments, just life entering and gently leaving. Pause 3 sec. You're not disconnecting from the world. You're reconnecting with the part of you that never left. Pause 2 sec. Now close your eyes, and I'll take you somewhere even logic doesn't need a visa. My main narrative, the dream market. You find yourself stepping into a dreamlike marketplace. But this isn't one of economy. It's a marketplace of minds. Here, people trade thoughts like fruit. One man is selling righteous indignation by the pound. A woman nearby offers 2-for-1 deals on conspiracy theories and cosmic despair. Another man yells, "Hot take, fresh opinion, never questioned." And just when the noise gets thick, you hear a giggle. It's a fox, wearing glasses, reading a book upside down. He looks up at you and says, "Welcome to the Echo Bazaar." Most folks don't know. They're buying other people's confusion and trying to pass it off as clarity. You blink. He continues, "You want peace? Come with me. But you'll have to drop your basket of arguments." You look down. Sure enough, you're holding a basket full of stale opinions, expired facts, and rotting outrage. You drop it, and the moment it touches the cobblestone, the noise stops. Now for somatic reset, the ears in your hips. The fox leads you into a quiet alley. He whispers, "Most people try to listen with their face, but your hips, they're better at absorbing truth." Place your hands on your hips now and feel the air enter there. As you breathe, imagine your hips have ears, ears that can only hear what's ancient, what's true, what isn't filtered through algorithmic angst. Feel your jaw soften. Feel your shoulders melt. Let the echoes exit your hips into the earth. Pause 6 sec. And now the Jedaix meets the Jungian plus archetypal reframes of Solomon wisdom. The fox tells you a secret. Online, most people think they're speaking as themselves, but they're just playing their archetypes understudy. The warrior, the victim, the teacher, the critic, the 4 sons of Pesach. Nothing wrong with any of them, but you're the writer. Don't be the character. Be the one holding the pen. He places an invisible pen in your hand, and your nervous system remembers. You're not trapped in a role. You're writing your way out. Jedaix pattern. Break. The fox tilts his head. Quick test. Say out loud, "I'm being hunted by thoughts I never planted." Repeat now. To yourself and pause. You can even pause recording and reflect. Good. Now say, "I just returned to my original signal." And smile while saying it. Yes, awkwardly. Notice how your body shifts, how the nervous system rewires itself when humor joins the sacred. Healing humor. Close. As you exit the alley, the fox waves and says, "Beware of anyone selling truth for a limited time offer. The truth never hurries, and it never needs a discount." You laugh, and so do your organs. Even your gallbladder chuckles. Now let's exit your lasting anchor. You walk back into the world, but now you walk beside the noise, not inside it. You carry no basket, just the invisible pen and the knowing. I don't owe the world a reaction. I owe it my presence. Pause 6 sec or more. Start next when ready. Here is part 3 of the 4-part guided meditation series, Relief from the Online World and Political Wars and Messy Mind Games. Part 3, The Museum of Unposted Thoughts and the Bell of Laughing Silence. Spoken intro. Let the body sit. Let the mind wander, not away, but inward. You're not here to analyze the world. You're here to drop out of the hypnosis of it. Pause 3 sec. Take one breath in, and as you let it go, let your opinions go with it. No need to carry them into the sacred now. Pause 3 sec. Close your eyes gently, like you're closing a velvet curtain on a show that's already ended. Story entry. The Museum of Unposted Thoughts. You find yourself walking barefoot through an elegant hallway made of silence. The air is warm, ancient. Not digital silence, but soul silence. Up ahead is a sign that says, Museum of Unposted Thoughts. You step inside. The room glows with candlelight, and the walls are filled with framed thoughts no one ever dared to post. What if I don't know yet? I don't want to fight. I want to feel. Maybe peace isn't passive. I miss myself. You feel something strange, a mix of awe and relief. You realize most of your inner world never needed to be shared to be sacred. Mirror work, the elder within. In the center of the museum is a large curved mirror, and sitting in front of it is a gentle elder version of you. Wiser, softer. Not wiser because of more facts, but wiser because of fewer reactions. This elder version of you looks up and says, every time you paused instead of posted, you grew something. A garden, a boundary, a peace treaty inside your nervous system. They ask you to step in front of the mirror. Now feel yourself breathe, not just with your lungs, but with your spine. Feel your back support you, as if all your ancestors are standing behind you, nodding. You pause 5 sec and wait. Let yourself receive their presence. Not pressure, not performance, just the presence of being. Let's do a somatic deepener, the laughing silence bell. Now the elder hands you a small bell. They say, this bell doesn't make a sound you hear with your ears. It rings inside your diaphragm. And when it rings, silence becomes laughter. You hold the bell, and as you imagine ringing it, something tickles. You don't laugh out loud. You laugh in your bones. Pause 4 sec or more and breath. That's the secret. The deepest part of you laughs, not at jokes, but at the absurdity of taking chaos seriously. Jedaix and Jungian archetype reframe. The elder points to a plaque under the mirror. It reads, to the one who refused to play the game and instead remembered the garden. You're not the fighter. You're not the fixer. You are the garden keeper of consciousness who waters silence and harvests presence. And in this museum, you find a seat made of old stories you've outgrown. Sit down. Rest your nervous system like you would rest a violin between songs. Jedaix repatterning. Let's plant a pattern. Say this quietly. I no longer scroll for truth. I breathe it. Say again, I don't react. I realign. Now once more, with a smile just behind your lips. They can keep the noise. I'll keep my mirror. Let the body feel the difference. Healing humor. Outro. As you stand to leave, the elder waves and winks. Don't worry, the world will keep spinning even when you're not doom-scrolling. In fact, it spins a bit smoother when you rest. And with that, they disappear. You ring the invisible bell once more, and somewhere in your kidneys, your laughter returns to you. Integration anchor. Before you open your eyes, place your right hand over your heart and the left over your belly. Say in your heart, this museum is always open. Admission is 1 deep breath and no shoes. Pause 6 sec and breath. When ready, open your eyes softly. No need to speak. Let the silence complete the sentence. Next up is the mountain above the algorithms and the wind that knows your name, and will feature a final trance clearing, a neuro-linguistic quantum freedom script, and the animal of truth returning with a wild joke that ends all mental noise. Here is the final part of your 4-part guided series. Relief from the online world and political wars and messy mind games, Part 4. The mountain above the algorithms and the wind that knows your name, spoken intro. There comes a point when even silence needs altitude. So today, we don't just unplug, we ascend. As you take a breath now, you're not just breathing air, you're breathing yourself back from 1,000 digital detours. Let your body relax, your tongue rest, your spine stretch like it finally has space. Pause 4 sec. Now close your eyes gently. There's a mountain waiting for you. My main narrative, the mountain and the signal-free sky. You find yourself walking a winding trail toward a mountain peak that the internet never mapped. There are no names for this place because names would try to contain it. As you climb, the noise below gets smaller and smaller, like trying to hear gossip from 40,000 feet. You pass abandoned antennas, rusted billboards that once screamed for attention, but now whisper only to the wind. And finally, you reach a stone bench at the summit. There is a breeze. It knows your name, but it doesn't say it. It just recognizes your bones. Jedaix Freedom Script, the original you. Now sit and listen. The wind begins to speak, not in words, but in the frequency of freedom. It says, "You were never meant to argue your existence. You were never built to process a million opinions. You are designed to hold one deep truth at a time. And right now, that truth is rest." The wind wraps you in something warmer than politics. Presence. Somatic release anchor. The spine as the tree. Now imagine your spine is a tree rooted into this mountain. With every breath, the roots go deeper. Place your hand behind your neck. Feel the length of you. As you exhale, say in your heart, "I grow in silence. I drop dead leaves of opinions." Feel your nervous system agree, not because you forced it, but because it remembered. Return of the animal of truth. Suddenly, the fox appears again, wind in his fur, this time carrying a scroll in his mouth. He drops it beside you. It says, "Breaking news, you're free." You laugh, not a normal laugh, a deep cell laugh, and the fox smirks. The mind loves drama. The soul prefers stand-up comedy with no audience. Pause for internal laughter. He whispers one final thing. You win when you stop playing their game, and remember, you're the one who invented hide and seek. And just like that, he disappears into the wind. Jedaix elevation. The archetype above the algorithms. As you look out from the peak, you don't see countries, opinions, hashtags. You see archetypes circling the planet like constellations. The lover, the teacher, the joker, the wise elder, the fool who knows too much. And suddenly you realize you are all of them and none. You are the observer, watching the game from above, pen in hand, wind and soul. Final deep seed installation. Repeat silently now. I am not what I read. I am what remains when the reading ends. I am not who they debate. I am the space between sentences. I no longer shrink to fit the scroll. I rise, I rest, I return. Pause 6 sec and breath. Closing the deep anchor, the breath that ends the spell. Now take one final inhale. As you exhale, send every false signal back into the wind. They can't reach you here. They never could. Place your hands over your heart and belly again. Say quietly, "The mountain lives inside me now." And when you re-enter the world, you'll carry this mountain in your tone, in your laugh, in your non-reaction. Pause 6 sec and breath, and you are good to go.